Emily loved exploring antique shops, so when she stumbled upon a dusty, old mirror with an ornate frame, she couldn't resist buying it despite the shopkeeper's warning about its history. He claimed it had been returned many times by those who saw things they couldn't handle. Ignoring his words, Emily hung the mirror in her bedroom. That night, she awoke to see something strange in the mirror's reflection, someone standing behind her bed. But when she turned around, there was no one there. Over the next few nights, the mirror's behavior became increasingly disturbing. Her reflection seemed delayed, and once, it even smiled at her, a slow, sinister grin that wasn't hers. Emily began to fear the mirror but couldn't bring herself to get rid of it. One night, she woke up to hear soft whispering. The sound seemed to be coming from the mirror. She looked over and saw her reflection sitting up in bed, staring back at her with wide, unblinking eyes. Then, to her horror, the reflection stood up and walked toward the mirror, while she remained frozen in place. The reflection pressed its hand against the glass and began to push through, stepping into Emily's room. Emily tried to scream, but her voice wouldn't come. The reflection leaned close and whispered, "Your turn." Suddenly, Emily was pulled toward the mirror by an unseen force. She struggled, but it was useless. The last thing she saw before being dragged into the glass was her reflection, no longer hers, standing over her with that terrifying smile. The next morning, the mirror stood quietly in Emily's room, its surface foggy and still. If someone looked closely, they might see a faint outline of a woman inside, her eyes wide with terror. But the reflection? It moved freely now, living in Emily's place, smiling at the world through the eyes of another.